What's up, my friends and my new friends? I'm Jared Laredo, Cog Incorporated, and welcome to my channel. Today's Dragon Ball Xenoverse video, I will be describing to you my thoughts on what I think the top 12 Ki Blast super attacks are, and which ones do the most amount of damage. So, we're going to start with number 12, and it is Light Grenade. Number 11 is Evil Explosion. Number 10 is Super Ghost Kamikaze Attack. Number 9, Die Missile Barrage. Number 8, Ki Blast Cannon. Number 7, Double Buster. Number 6, Turtle Styles Last Resort. Number 5, Evil Eyes. Number 4, Change the Future. Number 3, Tyrant Lancer. Number 2, Vanishing Ball. And number 1, Perfect Shot. Now, throughout this video, I will be describing to you pretty much how to get the majority of these. So, we're going to start off with number 12 and 11 in an offline parallel quest and see which one of these attacks is more superior than the other. Obviously, I already have them in a list on which one is number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and so on. So, this is just to make things simpler for you guys. And kind of give you an idea on which super Ki Blast super attacks you might want to use for your custom character. Now I've got Super Vegeta and Maximum Charge, a part of my custom character here, and some of my abilities and everything are all balanced out. So we're gonna go ahead and charge up our Ki. Frieza's gonna go to Pound Town with us. So let's Super Vegeta. He pushes back. Oh, whoops, I accidentally pressed left and right trigger and Super Vanishing Ball. Alright, so what we can do, as you can see there, a lot of these Ki Blast super attacks go great with ultimate attacks. So as you can see, bam, close range. We've already freaking messed up Frieza. So if you tap X, if you're on Xbox One and you tap X, and it charges the light grenade for you, and it'll do more damage. Same thing with Evil Explosion. A lot of these attacks have pros and cons, so I'd like to think of it as Evil Explosion and Light Grenade just as good as each other. So tap that X. Look at how much damage it just did to Frieza. That's quite a bit amount of damage. So hold down X now, and this will push out the Evil Explosion more. So I like to think of the Evil Explosion and the Light Grenade both just as good as each other. And they both pretty much do the same amount of damage. So the pros is both of these attacks just right off the bat do a great amount of damage. The cons is if you're trying to charge the attack to do more damage, you put yourself at risk to getting attacked by the enemy. So we're going to go ahead, skill set, and we're going to put on Super Ghost Kamikaze Attack and Die Missile Barrage. Now, how to get Light Grenade and Evil Explosion, you must pretty much complete Piccolo's training. So to get this Super Ghost Kamikaze Attack and Die Missile Barrage, these are both super attacks by Gotenks. So to get both of these super attacks, you must complete Gotenks' training. Now, at number 10, we've got Super Ghost Kamikaze Attack, and at number 9, we've got Die Missile Barrage. Now, I like to think of Die Missile Barrage as more of a superior attack than Super Ghost Kamikaze Attack. However, both of them do somewhat the same amount of damage, and both of these attacks go pretty well with ultimate attacks, but the lower we get, the closer we get to number 1, you guys are going to start to notice that a lot of these super attacks were meant to be spammable for with ultimate attacks, and they actually, like, if you're trying to finish off your opponent and if you don't want to use an ultimate attack and you want to use a super attack to finish them off after your ultimate attack, these super attacks go pretty well. So the problem with the Super Ghost Kamikaze attack, you kind of want to use it close range. And as you can see there, Gotenks just pushed towards Frieza and attacked him. So you can use an ultimate attack or a super attack or an ultimate attack and just launch that Ghost Kamikaze at your opponent. And after the ultimate attack, the super attack, the Ghost Kamikaze will do an additional amount of damage. So it'll bring your opponent closer to being defeated. So as you can see right here, we're going to go ahead and dodge this attack. Let's go ahead and use our Die Missile Barrage. As you can see, it's not entirely... it's somewhat dodgeable. However, it somewhat tracks your enemy. So it does quite a bit amount of damage, but it does just about the amount of damage as the Super Ghost Kamikaze attack, just about. But with this Die Missile Barrage attack, if you're close range with it, just like with the Super Ghost Kamikaze attack, it's going to do quite a bit amount of damage. So we're going to go ahead here and possibly finish off Frieza. No, let's not finish him off. So both of these attacks, the Die Missile Barrage and the Super Ghost Kamikaze attack, do pretty much a pretty good amount of damage. I definitely go with the Die Missile Barrage. However, the Super Ghost Kamikaze attack is just as good, especially if you're close range. Both of them follow the opponent and won't stop until it does somewhat damage. But I'd say the Die is more dodgeable than the Super Ghost, but both of them are somewhat similar and can be dodged just the same. So now we're going to go with Ki Blast Cannon and Double Buster. Ki Blast Cannon and Double Buster are both pretty great super attacks. And you can get Ki Blast Cannon by, I believe, in Time Patrol, the skill shops, or the mentors. I'm not entirely sure. And number 6, we have Turtle Style Last Resort. I'm just about feeling the same way with that super attack. The Turtle Style Last Resort, either you get it in Time Patrol, skill shop, or mentors. So we've got Double Buster equipped and Ki Blast Cannon. So, or let's try to find Ki Blast Cannon here. So if you guys are trying to unlock Ki Blast Cannon or Turtle Styles Last Resort, I highly recommend either checking the skill shops, Time Patrol, or with any of the mentors you're training with. You might be able to get those attacks through there. So to you. That's pretty much how to get Ki Blast Cannon and Turtle Style Last Resort. Now with Double Buster, one of the attacks we're comparing and reviewing here, number 7, you can get it through Parallel Quest 29. So a lot of these super attacks between 1 and 5, you're gonna notice that you can get a lot of these through Parallel Quest. So that's something that's pretty good. So let's go ahead and charge up our character here and try both of these attacks. Now one thing you guys will notice is Double Buster and Ki Blast Cannon are both great attacks to combo with super attacks with these attacks. So as you can see, we used our ultimate finisher there, or our ultimate attack, and afterwards we used Double Buster. Double Buster, what it does is you shoot it out and it somewhat tracks your enemy, but it rises up and it tracks your enemy like that and pushes him back, which will give you enough time to use an ultimate attack on him while he's stunned in the process. Now with Ki Blast Cannon here, however, this is one of my favorites. You can push towards an enemy, go like this, press right trigger and A if you're on Xbox. It pushes the enemy back and stuns him temporarily, and then you could just go like that to him and then just keep doing this attack and spamming it at him. It's a pretty handy attack, although it is blockable, as you can tell there from Frieza. So Ki Blast Cannon and Double Buster are both pretty great attacks. Ki Blast Cannon, you strike a pose pretty much, and it impacts your, upon impact towards the enemy, it stuns him and pushes him back. Now with Double Buster, you launch that attack at him, and the Ki Blast pushes up towards the enemy and impacts them with a pretty decent amount of damage, and it temporarily stuns them, giving you time to launch your super attack. So we're gonna go ahead now and return to Toki Toki City for the next set of attacks. Now this is somewhat quite a bit long of a video. So let's go ahead, skill set. Now we're gonna equip Turtle Style Last Resort. As I told you guys just recently, to get this Turtle Style Last Resort, I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it's in Dragon Ball, the TV series. It's one of Master Roshi's hidden attacks. He uses it on Goku when he turns ape during the World Martial Arts Tournament to electrify him. And it temporarily paralyzes him or freezes him in that specific spot. And it actually does great amount of damage. So you can use Turtle Style Last Resort with an ultimate combo. So now we have Turtle Style Last Resort, which is at number 6, and we have Evil Eyes, which is at number 5. Evil Eyes, you can get it through Parallel Quest 13. Now, another tip with Turtle Style Last Resort and Evil Eyes, both of these attacks can be pretty useful with mixing in with an ultimate attack. Like you either push out that ultimate attack first, and then you use that Ki Blast Super, and then spam another ultimate attack at them so they don't have time to recover. So a lot of these super attacks that I chose here, these aren't all of these Ki Blast super attacks don't include strike skill super attacks. I've got a type 5 or a top 5 video out of strike skill super attacks. So as you can see here, it takes some time to charge, and we didn't necessarily stun our enemy. But alright, so as you can see there, alright, so look at the amount of damage that it just did. So the more you press down X, the longer he will be frozen in that specific spot. Alright, so he was capable of launching his ultimate attack at me. So let's go ahead and get back up. So this specific attack, the Turtle Style Last Resort, it can be pretty useful if you want to freeze your enemy for a certain amount of time. And while he's frozen, you can launch your ultimate attacks and continue to spam them at your opponent, and while he's frozen. So it's a pretty useful attack. However, if he's launching an ultimate attack, that's one of the cons with this attack. Or he's striking at you. So as you can see right there, he kind of went into the spot of my fire. So as you can see there now, he was stunned, and you can also strike at him, and it'll continue to do damage to him. So let's go ahead and boost up our character's ki as soon as Frieza stops pounding us, and let's put on Evil Eyes. Now Evil Eyes is another great super attack. Let's try it out. Okay, so what Evil Eyes specifically does, once you press right trigger and A, wherever your opponent is, it will deal that amount of damage to him. So as you can see, he was all the way over there. However, it didn't do any damage because he was doing an ultimate attack. A lot of these super attacks here that I'm demonstrating, they all have pros and cons. So they're not they are the best super attacks. However, If your opponent is if he's charging an ultimate attack, obviously it's going to be hard to use this super attack. So we're just trying to get the right moment here. Alright, this is how I'm going to do it. Okay, so as you can see right there, basically this individual attack right here, Evil Eyes, it wasn't the best demonstration because time ran out and Frieza kept attacking us. But with this specific Evil Eyes attack that you can get again in Parallel Quest 13 is wherever your opponent is at, pretty much, this attack will blow up in their face and do damage to him. So you can be doing an ultimate attack to the opponent and use Evil Eyes shortly afterwards. So it's a pretty good attack. You can use an ultimate attack on him, it does damage, and then you use Evil Eyes on him, and it just blows up upon impact, and you could even finish him off for the KO. So as you can see right there, Frieza completely like blocked our Super Vanishing Ball, but as you can see, we used Evil Eyes and it just blew up in his face and it broke his block pretty much. So you could use an ultimate attack and then Evil Eyes and it'll be a pretty great combo, or you could use Evil Eyes, blows up in their face, stuns them close range or from afar, and then you use your ultimate attack and it completely, see, as you can see right there, it's not the best attack, but as you can see right there, it kind of effed him up. So let's go ahead and do this again. As you can see right there, with our Evil Eyes attack, our Super Vanishing Ball, it pretty much downed his health, and then he was able to replenish some health back, and our Evil Eyes attack actually did quite a bit amount of damage to him after he replenished some health. So this attack's kind of getting boring. I keep attempting it, so you guys can try out Evil Eyes for yourself with an ultimate attack combo. It's actually a pretty great attack if you can get it down and you're not facing such a pain in the ass AI who wants to take you to Pound Town. Alright, so number 4, Change the Future. This is number 4 out of 12. And number 3, we've got Tyrant Lancer. Now, both of these super attacks are actually pretty great. Tyrant Lancer is one of the, super attacks. Tyrant Lancer is one of the super attacks I primarily use on my main character. So let's go ahead, put in our custom, put in Frieza again. So hopefully he doesn't take us out again. Do a bunch of damage like last time. Alright. So Change the Future, you can get that through Parallel Quest 26, and that is one of Trunks' attacks. And then Tyrant Lancer, this one's more difficult to get. You get this through Parallel Quest 52. Now I'm about to show you what I'm talking about with these two attacks. Now number 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all great with spamming with ultimate attacks. So as you can see there, we just did that attack. Tyrant Lancer, additional damage. As you can see right there, we just boost forward towards the opponent and we just blast him in the face. So let's do it again. Boost forward, boost, bam. Look at how crazy that is. Now let's try Change the Future. Change the Future, you want to use this attack close up. So let's go ahead and regain consciousness here. Charge up our character because our key just went down, and so did my Super Vegeta went away and my stamina went down. So let's go ahead and Super Vegeta again, push forward towards our opponent. Continue tapping that right trigger and X2 because you never really know when he's going to strike at you. And what this attack specifically does is it deflects the opponent's blow, and it teleports you and just blasts them. So Change the Future is a pretty good attack. However, the con about it is you're going to take damage while trying to use it. So, Change the Future and Tyrant Lancer are both pretty well attacks. We're going to go ahead and try out Tyrant Lancer again because I didn't really demonstrate that super attack. It didn't really do what I was trying to demonstrate it as. So we're going to go ahead. We used an ultimate attack with Tyrant Lancer. Or we used an ultimate Super Vanishing Ball, and then we used Tyrant Lancer. And that made it so we inflicted more damage to our opponent. So we're going to go ahead and Super Vegeta, push forward, Tyrant Lancer, did damage to him. Ultimate attack, more damage, Tyrant Lancer, even more damage, and look at that, it just pushes him back. So let's go ahead and try Change the Future with this. Shit. Alright, forget that. Alright, so anyway, Tyrant Lancer and Change the Future are both pretty good attacks. The cons with Change the Future is you've got to time it right, so you can deflect your opponent's blow and teleport and blast them in the face, push them back, they're stunned, gives you enough time to ultimate attack them, and possibly finish them off with that ultimate attack. So the last two on the list, we've got Vanishing Ball and Perfect Shot. Now, on my primary character, I don't use Vanishing Ball, however, it's a pretty great attack. I use Tyrant Lancer and Perfect Shot. So Perfect Shot, you can get that through completing Cell's training, and Vanishing Ball, you get that through Parallel Quest 38. Now Vanishing Ball is one of Kid Boo's attacks, and it's actually pretty great. It's a smaller version of the Super Vanishing Ball, but both of these attacks can be great, are great to combine with an ultimate attack. Especially if you're spamming. Now, Perfect Shot, it somewhat tracks to the enemy's location and deals damage to them. And so does Vanishing Ball just about. But Perfect Shot and Vanishing Ball, they don't take a lot of time to charge. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about here. Alright, let's go ahead and Super Vanishing Ball. This is our ultimate attack, not the super. Alright, so as you can see right there, oh, fuck. He deflected it. Look at how much damage Vanishing Ball just straight up did to Frieza. So let's go ahead, Super Vanishing Ball him. Since he deflected that like an asshole, let's go ahead. See, it didn't track to Frieza's location and do damage to him. So what we're gonna let Frieza just beat us down while our stamina gets back up. Alright, now that our stamina is back up, let's go ahead, Super Vanishing Ball again. This time we're going to Perfect Shot. Perfect Shot will finish him off. So, with what Super Vanishing Ball did there, is it did quite a bit amount of damage to him. And on top of that, we immediately pressed A, or right trigger A, and it finished off, and it inflicted more damage to him with Perfect Shot, which is Cell's attack. Now, that's my favorite super attack is Perfect Shot. Vanishing Ball is pretty great, but I prefer Tyrant Lancer over Vanishing Ball. Because Perfect Shot isn't entirely dodgeable. And if you use an ultimate attack with Perfect Shot immediately afterwards, or if you use, after using an ultimate attack immediately afterwards and you use Perfect Shot, it'll increase the amount of damage and could possibly destroy him and finish him off. So we're going to go ahead, Vanishing Ball. See, he just dodged it right there. All he did was fly away. And he just dodged it right there again by striking at me. But the thing with Perfect Shot is, with Perfect Shot, it's not really like dodgeable, and if your opponent gets too close and you use Perfect Shot, it inflicts quite a bit amount of damage to your opponent. It's going to stun him, gives you enough time to use the ultimate attack and finish him off. So, This was probably one of my longest Dragon Ball Xenoverse videos. Let me go over this again. Top 12. Number 12, Light Grenade. Number 11, Evil Explosion. Can get both of those through Piccolo's training. Number 10 and 9, Super Ghost Kamikaze Attack and Dai Missile Barrage. Gotenks training. You can get both of those through Gotenks' training. Ki Blast Cannon, Double Buster. Number 8 and 7. Ki Blast Cannon, either get it through Skill Shop, Mentors, or Time Patrol quests. Same thing with Turtle Style Last Resort, which is number 6. Number 7, Double Buster, can get through Parallel Quest 29. Number 5 and 4. Number 5, Evil Eyes, can get through Parallel Quest 13. Number 4 can get through Number 4, Change the Future, can get through Parallel Quest 26. Now the top 3, number 3, Tyrant Lancer, you can get through Parallel Quest 52. Number 2, Vanishing Ball, you can get through Parallel Quest 38. And number 1, Perfect Shot, you can get through completing Cell's training just about. So this was pretty much one of the longest Dragon Ball videos I've done. I hope you guys watched this far. Please share your thoughts below. I'll read them and reply. Continue to remain positive. Stay on the lookout for my Dragon Ball Xenoverse Top 10 Ultimate Attacks video. I don't know when I'll be launching that. Probably after all of the DLCs are out and finished. That way I can compare all the DLCs with the main game. All the Ultimate Attacks. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Continue to remain positive. Have a great day. Stay tuned for Dragon Ball Xenoverse DLC Map Pack number 2 videos, which comes out April 14th, 2015. Have a great day, enjoy life, and peace out.